Hello guys, this is a tutorial to install and set up OpenCV 3.1 in Visual Studio 2015 for image processing class at NU. So first of all, you need to create, you need to download Visual Studio if you don't have one. I suggest using Visual Studio 2015. So for that you gotta go to Google Visual Studio 2015 free. Alright, so go to the first link and download this download the program. So I have already installed it, so I don't have to do it with you, but it should be pretty simple. You just click exe file and click next. That's all. Then you gotta install OpenCV. Google OpenCV. Again, go to the first link or just go to downloads page. In this class we're going to be using OpenCV version 3.1 and I'm using for Windows, so you just click OpenCV for Windows. Again, wait for download and install it. I unpacked my OpenCV in my documents, so like this. You can just place it in whatever folder you want. Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is to set up the environment variables for OpenCV. So to do that, you gotta go to My Computer or Windows E shortcut, and then you go to this PC, go to Properties, go to Advanced System Settings, and go to Environment Variables. Then in the System Variables window, you gotta find Path. Okay, you can just press P and the path should be there. Add, edit, just click edit, and then for now, for this one, in the path you gotta add the bin folder which is located in your OpenCV directory. So to do that, let's find wherever it is. So like I said, okay, where is it? My OpenCV is located in Documents, OpenCV. Then you gotta go to Build. Okay, here we are using 64-bit version because it is easier to set up. All the OpenCV comes with 64-bit version precompiled. So okay, so you gotta go to 64. Because we are using Visual Studio 2015, you gotta go to VC 14. Yeah, weird naming, but if you have, for example, Visual Studio 2013, you gotta go to VC 12. If you have lower versions, you gotta create and build the libraries yourself, and this is not for today. So you gotta go to VC and bin folder. Okay, copy this path, Control C, come here, add new. This is in environment, by the environment variables, the path, by the way. Paste, press OK. Alright, here environment variable, OK. Alright, let's close this Windows. Now just let's open the Visual Studio 2015. Visual Studio 2015. Alright, okay, let's create a project, OpenCV project here. You gotta go to File, New, Project. Okay, because we are using C++, you gotta go to Visual C++. Here in the left side, then you choose Win32 console application, because we're using basically console application. and then name your project. Let's say name it OpenCV test. Okay. All right. Push OK. Next. Then choose empty project. Finish. All right. So this is important because our libraries in OpenCV is precompiled to 64-bit version. It is easier to use 64-bit. I hope your computer is 64-bit. So you go to change the platform architecture, basically. Go to platforms and choose 64. If you don't have it, go to here, configuration manager, and like add new, add Win64 here, basically. So there should be, if you haven't created already, there should be 64-bit version in here. Okay. All right. Now, so this is our Solution Explorer, basically where our project is, source files. So you'll be programming the source files. Now we don't have a source file. That's why you gotta create one. So right click, go to add, new item. Yeah, you gotta choose Visual C++, because you're using C++, CPP code, and source, just leave it as it is. They add. Now you have a new source code. Of course it is empty because we didn't do anything. So let's try out a one code that is in your OpenCV samples. Go to Windows. Now go to your OpenCV file. Mine is in documents that I said already several times. Go to OpenCV, sources, then samples. Then we're using C++, therefore we need to use CPP. Okay, go to tutorial code. Let's see. Okay, let's go to image processing and say morphology. Just open this, Control A, Control C, close, copy it, and paste it here. Alright, what we see here, because we didn't link our OpenCV to the Visual Studio, we have these problems include, because it doesn't know. So it says cannot open source file, blah blah blah, because it doesn't know where it's located, and then it doesn't have those libraries basically. So therefore you got to go to OpenCV test here in Solution Explorer, right click, go to properties, find C++ folder. Okay, now we need to add include directories. So basically, so when you include this, you gotta have some kind of include directory where those files are located. So again, properties, C++, general. Okay, we need to find that folder. It is of course in your OpenCV file, OpenCV folder. I'm sorry. Go to Documents, OpenCV, Build. Okay, and here you can see Include folder. Right click. Click. Go there. Copy this path. Boom, boom. Okay. Again, C++, additional include directories. Boom. All right. Just apply it. Now we need to link our libraries. So therefore we gotta go to Linker. All right. Go to General. And here we have additional library directories. Again, it is in your OpenCV folder. Go to Build, because we are using 64-bit, we can go to 64-bit, because we're using basically Visual Studio 2015. Go to VC14, go to lib folder, copy this. All right. Boom. All right. Again, apply. Then you gotta go for specific libraries that are needed. So go to Input, go to Additional Dependencies, go to Edit, and you gotta copy libraries basically here. So There are basically two modes of working, and for both of them you gotta do the same thing, but they have different libraries. Here we have configuration for debugging, and there is also a release configuration. For this we only need debugging, but you can try for release as well. So go to debug, just make sure your configuration is debugging, and copy the OpenCV world to 3.1 D. Basically D means debug, this is for release. Okay, so copy this, put here, edit, add here. Okay, apply. Okay, now as you can see there's no red squiggly lines in here. Alright, so let's run this. So to do this you gotta go to so you gotta right click, you gotta click Control F5. It is Control F5, so it runs without debugging. Okay, so there's a problem, nothing opens. Okay, because if you go to main of the program in the source file, you have this source. It says it is so it takes first passing argument, but so we need to set up an argument, and we need to have some kind of file to open. So go to the directory where your project is saved, so OpenCV test project. So mine is in documents, Visual Studio 2015. Basically I think yours as well. Go to projects and have OpenCV test. Alright, so here you can create a new folder, let's say data, and in data you can save a picture. So let's say close, I'll take Lena and move it here. So basically it is saved in test data here. Okay, now how to pass arguments in Visual Studio. So basically if you worked in CMD or in a terminal, you gotta just ./a.out and then put arguments, but here it's a little different. You gotta go to your project, right click again, go to properties, and then go to debugging. Here you have the command arguments, so you have to put your command arguments in here. So basically in your project is in this directory, so here you have source and blah blah blah. So in order to get to the Lena file, you gotta go back once, go to data and find this Lena. So okay, so you gotta go double that, it is going back /data /lena.jpg. Okay, apply. Okay, now let's see. Again, Control F5 to run. Boom. Okay, now we have our full file open. So here you can see that OpenCV is working. Here, I guess this is, what was that? I forgot. So I guess this is morphology kind of thing. So you can choose how the picture changes in here, and then you can set this to make it different. You know, I'm not sure about this, but you get what it is. Okay, so this concludes my tutorial of how to use Visual C++ with OpenCV. So to recap, we installed Visual Studio 2015. We installed on Unpacked basically OpenCV 3.1, and then we changed the environment variables, so added path of bin folder in the environment variables. Then we came in here, created a project, copied this code. Okay, or you can write the code, include the needed libraries, but there was a problem here. We went to properties, go to added some include directories, added some linkers, added some libraries, and then just ran the code and it finished. So thank you.